Happy Monday from the office. Okay, so today is the day that we get to drop off our biggest wholesale order ever. I'm still getting the kinks out for the stickers for Gather Here. They ordered our Stitch Please stickers, as well as a bunch of other kits. We have all the other kits packed. We are just trying out like a new thing for our stickers. And I think we're so close. My last video was just going over the intricacies of that, but we're gonna print them out, cut them out, print them out, laminate them, cut them out, and then we're gonna deliver to Gather Here, and I'm so freaking excited. Like, they were one of the first stores I contacted when I started doing wholesale, to be like, it would be a dream to live in, or to like be in your shop. And yeah, like it's now a reality. Like, that is something that I probably emailed them like a year and a half ago, like to start, and it was just like, hey, really love to be a part of it. And then, you know, the importance of waiting for the universe's time and being patient, I think is crazy. I don't know, it's just so interesting how everything turns out in its own pace and in its own way. So today, doing that, and then this will be our first week that our crocheters are actually, you know, crocheting for us. Yeah, like we're rocking and rolling pretty well. There's a couple of like side projects that I'm interested in, but I think the main goal for this week is going to be content creation, just in the terms of like Instagram Reels and stuff like that, because I think that it'd be really fun to kick that up a notch. We make great products. People just don't know that we exist. And so part of that is either paying a bunch of money for ads, which we don't necessarily have. I think we have like $5 a day ads set up right now. But the possibly more effective way is just to be unhinged on social media. So we're going to try that and see how it works out. Okay, y'all. Check this out. We have nailed this. Look at it. You do this to make sure the paper does not stick to the actual sheet itself. Look at how crispy clean. Oh my, let's go. Oh, this has been such a trial and error process, but holy crap, has it been so worth it. That's the third sheet that I've printed out of these, and they just look so good. And it's like, I've been playing around with the saturation, and I've been playing around with the settings, and I've been playing around with everything, and like, fucking nailed it. And so we have all of these, which I printed out. Some of them are better than others because, you know, whatever. But the ones that aren't even, like, people do ooze bags all the time. So the ones that aren't even, like... So the big difference is glossy printing versus not. If you put it on the settings, look at the saturation difference. Right? This is the proper one. This is the more muted one. I'm so proud of myself for figuring this out. Y'all, new fucking game in town. I'm so excited. Because I had all of these things at my disposal. Besides, I did have to buy a new, laminator because mine was from my old business before this even started. So we're talking like 4 years ago. She had been used, and she had been in several moves, and she was very damaged. So we moved on. We said thank you so much to her, and we moved on. But yeah, I am off to deliver. I'm so excited. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put on my earrings, and I have this lovely claw clip in, but I'm gonna put on my earrings, tape up the box, and then we're good to go. I am so freaking excited. Okay, cool. Hello from the office at night edition. We have a market tomorrow. It is New England Open Markets out on Boston Common. And honestly, this week has been tough in terms of energy level, emotional capacity, all that kind of stuff. So I decided instead of doing a weekly vlog that we would do a market vlog. I did not film a ton of the market prep, but I will tell you exactly what we did today. And that is we re-tagged every single plushie that we had in our bins. So we have our main storage bins in our storage unit that will hold the bulk of our inventory. And then we have the bins that we bring to markets, which have a sampling of that inventory. And one of our big things is feedback we've gotten from a lot of people is that the long dangly tags that we used to have on the projects don't really work. They get tangled. It looks like a bit of a mess because people just kind of throw them everywhere. And we changed our logo. So we have to update all of our packaging anyways. And so we spent a very long time updating packaging today and just redoing, retagging everything, the new prices on everything, doing Instacart and reading a lot about price psychology. It feels like you are missing out on sales if you price things at .00 and not .99. I tried to fight it for so long, be like, no, that's stupid. But the reality is that if it's human psychology, that if something is 1 cent cheaper, the 4 is less impactful than the 5, then I'm shooting myself in the foot by not doing it. So we're trying that out. Everything is around, because price is one of the hardest parts about running our business, and also something I am unwilling to compromise on, because 90% of what everything is priced at is because of the amount that I pay my workers. And that, in terms of my cost of goods, my wages are about 90% of that. And I'm not willing to compromise on paying the people that are sticking their necks out for me, caring for me, making sure that, this business is represented in as best way as possible. I'm not willing to compromise that. I'm not willing to, pay them less just so someone's a little bit more comfortable. I'm okay missing out on sales and knowing that I'm going to sleep better at night because I'm taking care of my people. That is something where physically, monetarily on me, it won't really have too much of an impact, but hopefully on the customer's perception of the price, it will have an impact. So I went to the storage unit in the morning, picked everything up. That is where my market goods stay when I'm not actively doing markets. I've been off of markets for probably about a month and a half, 2 months now. And I'm really excited to kind of step back out in a major way. I think the last time I did it was Pride. So we had about a month and a half off. And we've been doing so much in that time to set ourselves up for success in the long term. And I am just crossing my fingers that we come out tomorrow and absolutely stun. I am going to try and do a little bit of bay leaf burning, some kind of spell stuff to get us to where that is going to happen tomorrow. But if you can send out some energy for me, I would very much appreciate it. Yeah, we got all the change that we needed at Chase. We updated every card for packaging. We printed and laminated all new signs for prices. We went through all of our market totes, cleaned out everything that didn't need to be there. the office. Okay, so basically I said that I would do a vlog of me doing the market day and setting up and all of that. And then I was behind and was busy and I don't know, nothing, everything kind of felt like it was a lot and overwhelming, and it was my first market back in a while too, so I think I was just rusty and I was just kind of feeling it out. So I'm gonna go over some market numbers with y'all. So I'm gonna scoop myself here and then we can insert little boxes and clips here. So first of all, it was a slow day. I had the pleasure of having these market dates gifted to me because I won the costume contest last year that they did for Halloween. So this is part of the gifted market dates they give me. I did not pay for this market. The normal fee is $150, and so obviously I did not pay that. Here's the tea. Well, okay, so it was a really slow day for people. What's really hard about doing markets, especially in a city like Boston where there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, is that sometimes there'll be like an anime con at the same time, or, you know, a graduation or a giant concert or whatever that's just sucking people into a different area. And so sometimes that just doesn't really happen as much. And like that's just the reality of doing stuff, or, you know, days in Boston. At our market in New England Urban Markets, okay, first, this was the first market. I have changed everything from a flat, instead of $25, it is $24.99. So I basically just knocked a cent off of every single one of my items. Stuff is just more expensive. I absolutely understand that. We're literally living in America right now. Things are weird. This is my first market where everything was 99 cents. I think that helped. I did not hear a peep about how expensive stuff was, which is weird because that's definitely not my normal consideration, but maybe it was just a coincidence. I'll take that. But it was pretty slow, and I still made a decent amount. So I made $364.82. There have been times at this market where I've done $180. There have been times at this market where I do $210. So having $364, not bad, right? There are also times at this market where I've done $800. Tell me what's different. I don't know. There's so much that's outside of your control, right? We can only control what we can. Everything else, I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. So we sold. There was a couple of ones that I know there was a couple of cash things that I forgot to mark down, or somebody asked me to split something. So some of the charges or whatever. I don't know. There was a whole bunch of tiny hats that went, which were so cute. That guy was so sweet. There was 4 tiny hats and a little cluster. Cause I did a buy 3 tiny hats, get one free, which I think is I don't know, bundle. Give me a bundle, give me a deal. The girls have a deal. And honestly, if you're spending more money with me, I don't mind discounting it. And our one seller, tied, our number one seller, we sold 2 Leroy the Lobsters and 2 Strawberry Cat hats. 1 Fred the Flat Frog, 1 Bandit the Blood Orange Whale. We sold 2 Orcas, I remember that, unless there's 1, we sold 2. Catnip Ravioli, a pink strawberry kit, 2 fidgets, a bunch of scrunchies. We sold a tiny little Boston cap, and then we sold a bunch of stickers and a bunch of tiny crowns as well. Honestly, I don't know. There are a ton of people on the internet who will say, I made $1,000 at this market. I made whatever. It's okay to start where you are. It's okay to be where you are. I've had, I was having consistently $1,000 days. And then somebody got elected. And quite literally, I can index my sales, not by the day he got elected, but the inauguration date. And when all of these things started coming into the world, I can index that directly to where my business started to go downhill, at least in person and in markets. And yeah, I think that I am still trying to navigate around it the best that I can. Our economy is doing worse than it was, prior. especially in Boston where a lot of the jobs are science-based. We were hit very, very hard by all of the cuts to research. People are struggling. I have taken this season of my business to really try and hone in on the things that I can save on in terms of like printing stuff at home versus printing stuff, like, you know, getting a printer that's good enough to print stuff at home, printing stuff on glossy paper at home instead of going to Vistaprint and having a minimum order of 500, you know, whatever. Using my thermal label maker for stuff like stickers, where I can put my little made by stickers and my product by stickers, where as opposed to I would be individually cutting out, or like I would have to individually buy hundreds of stickers for each of our crocheter to have our little made by tags on there. I condensed the made by tags to one bifold instead of 2 individual hang tags. I made our attachment stitch markers instead of longer clothing tags. Like, there are a whole bunch of different ways where like you can get creative with it. Yeah, I know that this is a season that I'm gonna have to go through, and I'm very grateful for everyone supporting me through this season. I'm gonna choose to take what I can for lessons and information that has been given to me and adjust and be dynamic in the ways that I can be. Shit's hard out there for a lot of people, you know, including myself and including Mel. Sometimes there isn't a positive side to the coin or whatever. Sometimes stuff just sucks. We have to fight through it, and we have to fight through it together. You know, support each other the best we can. Make sure you're lifting up your neighbors and your community, and be grateful to be supported by your community, like this last couple of weeks have done to me. Having so many well-established shops order from me and give me a good tip of the hat for wholesale really means the world. I'm incredibly grateful for the people that have chosen to support me in this time, and I look forward to times that are not as hard for my people and for the people around me and for the people in this country. I'm looking forward to easier times, and I'm really grateful for the people who have been unwavering in the face of despair. Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of the people in this country who have the courage to say no, and the courage to uplift their neighbors, and the courage to support each other, because this is not an easy time, and it really reminds you of the importance of humanity in yourself and in others, and the importance of community. I'm grateful for seeing a light at the end of this tunnel, because it's been a really hard tunnel to be going through personally for myself. So it feels good, and I'm very grateful. And that's where I'm gonna end the vlog. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Take care of yourself, take care of your neighbors, and get some hope and joy in there. One step at a time. Okay. Have a good week. Bye.